What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Angelokeptituhbando, and I'm back with another video. And today, I'm going to be reacting to The Real Speaker Knockerz Story by Publish X. Make sure you guys like the video. Comment down below what other reaction videos, what you guys want me to react to. Or any other videos you guys would like to see from me. I just hit 50 subscribers like 2 days ago. Now, like I've been telling y'all, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. You gotta push yourself harder. Everybody who's small right now, just like me, keep pushing yourself. Keep dropping videos. Don't matter how many views you get. Keep on dropping videos, man. We at 50 subscribers right now. Tell anyone you know, show them my channel, tell them to subscribe, and we on the road to 1,000 subscribers. That's enough talking, and let's get straight to the video, y'all. Ain't no games, man. Turn up time, speaking Knockerz.
Derek McAllister Jr. was born November 6, 1994 in the Bronx, New York. His father was a musician and aspiring producer. He would influence him early on as a child to explore his talents. But when Derek was 6, his dad would end up in some trouble, putting him away for 10 years behind bars. This was a big deal for the entire family and left Derek wondering why his biggest influence wasn't around anymore. Although his dad wasn't there now, he had already instilled his musical passion in Derek, and this never left. The older he got, the more interested in music he became. His mom would move them out of New York and down into South Carolina to a calmer environment. While attending Ridgeview High School, Derek started studying what kind of music his classmates were listening to. This was around 2007, when uploading your music online was starting to become popular. The industry was vulnerable, and if you knew how to market yourself, you could potentially blow up overnight. Derek realized this after hearing how people like Soulja Boy were blowing up using these same marketing tactics. After learning that Soulja Boy was also making his own beats on FL Studio, he knew this is what he wanted to do.
I can fuck your bitch, but if she stiff and ain't trying to split, kick her out my whip. I go hard.
He downloaded a cracked version of FL Studio and treated it like it was a video game, playing around with it every day after school until he taught himself how to make beats. At the time, he was just 13, and it was mostly just for fun. When his dad would call from jail, he wanted to make him proud, playing the beats for him. He wasn't sure where this was going to lead him, but he kept learning. Throughout high school, he would practice, and he was getting better, but life at home and school wasn't the best. He decided to drop out, causing more fights between he and his mom, even getting kicked out for a little time. In an attempt to please her, he tried getting jobs, but wasn't getting any callbacks after interviews. He knew he needed to make some money some type of way. He started uploading his beats to a website called SoundClick, where people could view and even buy them. At the time, this was very underground, and not a lot of people knew about this. Initially, it was slow, but he started uploading 3 to 5 new beats every day, until he had over 200 beats online. Finally selling his first one for $50, he used the money to buy new Logitech speakers for his setup. Before the internet, you could really only sell beats to people you knew in person, so to make $50 online was a big deal. He stayed inside for the next 2 summers, only working on music. In 2010, his dad was released from prison, and the two were reunited again. This gave them the chance to bond over music like they did when Derek was young. His dad started helping him mix and master his beats, and Derek started rapping over the extra ones. Now he could record and produce his own music. He dropped his first mixtape, Flight Delayed, and at the time was going by the name Jamal Jr. The project only got a couple hundred plays, but he wasn't fazed by this. By this point, his beats were selling consistently online, and he was making good money for a 17-year-old. Shortly after, he changed his name to Speaker Knockerz and came up with the iconic producer tag. Meek Mill would be the first mainstream artist to use a Speaker Knockerz beat. The song was Tony Montana and was on Meek Mill's breakthrough mixtape, Dream chasers. This was huge as Meek Mill would go to blow up right after this tape dropped, bringing him a lot of exposure. According to Google Trends, throughout 2011 and 2012, Speaker Knockerz' name started to circulate for the first time, as his production credits were growing even more. He ended up producing for artists like 2 Chainz, French Montana, Jose Guapo, and Young Scooter. He knew if he was going to be the next big producer, he could use that buzz to promote his music as well. Dropping singles like All I Know and On My Mind, these would be the first songs to break 100K plays on his YouTube channel. It can be hard to stand out in the hip-hop world, but Speaker Knockerz was ahead of his time. Although it was catchy music, in the moment a lot of listeners didn't realize how influential these songs would become. He bought his dream car, a black Camaro, with the money he had been making off music and shows. It was like everything he set out to achieve was coming to life, and nobody was going to stop him going into 2013. Meanwhile, Gucci Mane, Young Dolph, and Cash Out were all rapping on Speaker Knocker beats. It was rare at this time in music to have somebody buzzing on the come up as a producer and artist at the same time, and also doing it well. But he had more tricks up his sleeve, and he proved it in April of 2013 with the release of the Married to the Money tape. This would be his first huge breakthrough where many people would discover his music. The standout song Rico's Story would blow up. Although Rico's Story was fictional, it was arguably the best storytelling rap to ever come out. It racked up tens of millions of views and proved Speaker Knockerz had everything music was missing at the time. He didn't stop though, and he continued to gain millions of new fans over the coming months. He dropped his second tape, Finesse Father, keeping the momentum going. But in December of 2013, his song Lonely dropped, changing everything. The song is his biggest to date, with over 150 million plays, skyrocketing his career. He was on the brink of breaking out into the mainstream and had record labels now reaching out to sign him. He decided to stay independent under his own label, Taliban's Entertainment, as he had bigger goals. He wanted to write, produce, and perform his own music, keeping 100% of the royalties, something most people are not capable of doing. Vine was a huge thing at the time, and people were using his songs, which started a trend. With that came thousands of Instagram and Twitter followers as well. It was the perfect storm. There was no question Speaker Knockerz was about to change the game. He proved he could make music for the club scene, the ladies, and lyrical storytelling, basically covering every avenue and doing it all on his own beats. It was unheard of. Although Speaker Knockerz was making huge waves in the industry, he still only had a fraction of the love he deserved, and people were still catching on to his music. On March 2nd, 2014, word got out that he had been missing for a few days, and nobody was able to contact him. After his family contacted authorities, they had to forcefully open his home. Derek was found lying next to his black Camaro in the garage. He had unfortunately passed at just 19 years old. This shocked the entire industry and raised a lot of questions. Authorities say there were no signs of foul play, and an autopsy determined he passed from a heart attack. A lot of artists have come and gone in the last decade, some claiming to be the first to start a trend or style, but often these are debatable. What's not debatable is Speaker Knockerz was always one step ahead in every aspect of music. A true trendsetter, an original artist, something that's almost non-existent today. You can hear traces of his style almost a decade later. He undoubtedly would have been one of the biggest and influential artists had the tragedy not struck. He was never able to truly receive his flowers and see the impact he had on music while he was still here. But with millions of fans and support from other artists, his name will live on.
The fact that he passed away at 19 from a heart attack, 19 from a heart attack, is crazy. Like, that just I don't know, bro. Like, how? A 19-year-old passing away from a heart attack, bro? Anyway, y'all, that's the end of this video. Again, make sure you guys like the video, smash the like button, comment down below what other videos you guys would like me to react to. Send it to me on my Instagram or my Snapchat. Those will be in the description down below. And I'll see you on the next video. Subscribe to the channel, like I said in the beginning. Subscribe to the channel, and let's hit 1,000 subscribers. And even when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm not stopping. But let's hit, big goal is 1,000 subscribers. But that's the end of this video. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.